It's amazing how I can walk out of my office, really busy and stressed, and then when you get there, it just becomes quiet.
Things really slow down and you start to experience a deeper sense of place.
It is not a manicured park.
It's an urban wild.
If you're lucky, you'll see a peregrine or an eagle.
Kingfishers and great blue herons.
The Ferrous site meets the need of a community that needs an access to serenity.
The city of Lawrence is a planned industrial city.
And Lawrence quickly grew from this very small community of just mill workers to probably one of the densest communities in the Commonwealth. And then manufacturing left Lawrence.
This area used to be noted as the Dresden of Lawrence because the mills looked like bombed out buildings. But slowly and very incrementally, parcel by parcel, things have changed.
But the challenge is we have very limited green space.
The first site actually used to be a brownfield, which was an environment that was once toxic.
Adjacent to the Ferrous site, there was a foundry, the Ferrous Technologies Company.
There was a mound of castings that came out of the metal processing. Everyone assumed that it was very contaminated.
It was gated off, it wasn't a safe space.
But working with the EPA assessment program, we were able to determine that the contamination levels really did not pose a risk to public health. The Ferrous site is the capstone to the Spigot River Greenway, which has been core to Groundwork's environmental improvements.
The Spigot River, it was viewed as this horrible, ugly thing. People threw trash in there.
How could we reclaim the spigot? And it seemed like such a crazy long-term project that could never be done. But we partnered with the city and residents over 15 years to make that a reality. The Ferrous site was what we thought was going to be the first site along the Spigot River Greenway, and it ended up being the last site that we created.
Groundwork Lawrence started to think about Ferrous almost 20 years ago when Groundwork was just starting to launch.
We had to bring state government, local government, the nonprofit sector, the private sector together.
Kind of bringing it all together to really think about what the site could be and what we wanted it to be.
We came close to getting access to it and lost that access.
We didn't forget about it. We kept working behind the scenes.
Residents may move, government may change, but with a mandate from the community to say this is a very special spot. I think one of Groundwork's strengths is that we can have that long-term vision and not give up.
I'm here today to celebrate what you've done in and for Lawrence on the Spigot
When
Green.
Governor Deval Patrick came, it was an unbelievable day for me to know that after all these years we're going to make this a reality.
That's why I'm proud to announce today a further $2.75 million investment in the Ferrous site to help the city.
It was like, wow, we're finally going to do this. It's finally going to happen.
We had multiple meetings and we brought different design concepts.
We really wanted to make sure that we were working with the community so that the community would feel that sense of ownership. That's so important in developing a green space.
Young people, old people, and all different kinds of citizenry alike gave their input into what they would like to see.
It was fun to draw out what we thought it could look like.
I'm the first to say that I'm a soccer mom, and I'll be a soccer mom until I die. Anytime that there's a party, I'm like, I want a soccer field. But those meetings swayed my ideal of what a green space can really be.
Residents reiterated that an urban wild was really what the community was looking for.
Once we finished the design, the permitting, the community outreach, we had to build this park, and we had to build it in 6 months in order to meet the funders' timeline.
So we worked with local businesses and with the schools in the city of Lawrence and with other community residents to really have service days out there.
Everyone had a blast. They wanted to do more.
The Groundwork Lawrence Green Team worked really hard to help. The Green Team is a youth empowerment program, youth employment program. They work alongside staff to do everything from designing spaces to going to public meetings to participating in plantings and construction. They were a big part of finishing off Ferrous.
People are amazed by the amount of work that Groundwork Lawrence does and other youth crew does.
One of the last things we did was transfer the land to the city.
We went to city council because they needed to accept the property. And, Lawrence is still a struggling city with a limited budget.
It was a little nerve-wracking for a little while because they kept asking the same questions around stewardship and safety, and we thought that we were answering them.
I came in as a youth alumni.
I would have loved to see the city of Lawrence take pride and take into ownership for this place.
We finally got it to the point where they were understanding our commitment to being partners around stewardship. So the city finally said, okay, we'll take the park.
Open spaces are not the only part of building a healthy Lawrence.
Go!
Groundwork now runs a Greenway 5K every year. And it ends at the Ferrous site.
You see all these AAA destinations and let's go here and let's go there. I say let's go to your backyard. For a lot of people that don't have green spaces in their homes, this is their backyard. This is their green space.
The Ferrous site, as well as the Spicket River Greenway overall, really shows what power the community has when they dare to dream, ask for what they want, and we have the right partnerships to make that happen.
Mindfulness is a big part of wellness, and the Ferrous site is a place where you can exercise that mindfulness. And the city of Lawrence deserves it.
Every time we cut a ribbon on a project, it's like, that was a horrible space when I was growing up. And now it's this beautiful place, and I had a small part in helping make that beautiful space. For me, it has been transformational. It's my legacy, not just for me, not just for my daughter, but for all those to come.